consistent. So I might not have any real feedback for like a few more weeks until they become a little more regular, I think.
Absolutely. And sorry, I think like for this presentation mode, I don't see the raising the hand. So feel free to like unmute and talk like if I didn't call because it somehow didn't register. I was probably looking at the the other team meeting. Yeah, that's very fair. And I want to say it's not just for our team that we are having kind of a slight kind of meeting schedule change. This is overall the live team have sort of a meeting slash process change, and our team's change is sort of kind of part of it. We're trying to balance two things, right? One is not to have too many meetings where folks are too mad and they can not practice. It's just not very efficient. And second is to make sure that we have the relevant people in the right meetings so that the discussions are inclusive and comprehensive, and so we don't end up having several different meetings with different kind of siloed group. So that's kind of the two things that we're trying to balance out. And as we roll out new process, at the beginning few weeks it's not going to be always smooth. So definitely, yeah, thank you very much for saying that. As you kind of have a good hang and feel of it, definitely give us feedback if there's any. Let's see. Next topic, H2 Outlook. We have an annual planning process happening right now. And the annual planning process not just covers the second half of 2021, it covers the next 6 months plus the next year. So that's kind of a total span of 18 months. And just to kind of give everybody a flavor of what Live Team is trying to do for the next kind of 18 months. Last year was sort of the pandemic year, and we see tremendous growth for Live. And this year we were able to keep the good momentum, and this is kind of come as a good opportunity for Live. So actually, this year for annual planning, I kind of listed out all the various tracks that we think we want to focus on and possibly prioritize on. And the number of tracks here this year, I think it's considerably more compared to the previous years, right? For instance, monetization is one track that in the previous few years we, wanted to focus on, but didn't, have a lot of focus on or time. There's also an interesting kind of synergy between live and shorts. How do we introduce live streams into shorts? We feel like it is going to be really useful for the kind of the ecosystem for both shorts and live. There's the live consumption, which is basically kind of the viewer experience of live. How do we make live viewing experience fun and interesting and more intuitive? Search and discovery has been kind of an ongoing topic, right? How do we make live streams more searchable and discoverable to the users of YouTube? And YouTube is not only a live platform. And so how do we make live stand out and shine for the relevant users? Always being kind of a challenging area. There's live plus gaming. This kind of has been an ongoing topic off and on, like historically live and gaming used to be one team. And then, gaming split off. There was even a separate gaming app, and then the app was turned down. So there's a lot of history around live and gaming. So it's actually good to see it come back to become yet another topic. And this is partially kind of fueled by the observation, like, hey, some of the marketing and competitors are doing really well on the space, and YouTube seems to be doing well, but we kind of seems to lost a little bit of steam there. And so we were trying to figure out what it is that we can do. Live commerce is also a very new area, brand new area, I think. The concept is for the creators to live stream to actually sell a product. The live stream is about selling the product. So it could be a 1P experience. So the creator actually owns the products, and so they kind of live stream, try to sell it. It could be the third party, like a particular live streamer with a certain reputation, try to, help another manufacturer kind of selling their product. And this particular experience has been very popular in other parts of the world and other sort of companies that's been kind of successful about it. And so definitely YouTube is interested in this area, and doing it live is certainly the right format. So that's yet another interesting intersection between live and other disciplines. Live interactivity, always kind of a strong pillar. So this is going to be another focus this year. And last but not least, live creation, as a huge part of this team deals with live creation. So yeah, so that's kind of a short run of all the topics this far. I think what would be helpful is maybe for each of the team members, I don't know, for you guys to maybe somehow indicate, maybe in the doc or something like, what are some of the interesting topics or tracks that you're interested in? And we, as a team, can just do kind of short dives, or maybe we kind of have a study session, study the slides, and understand basically some of the focus areas for the live team moving forward. So these are all the interesting tracks that we'll be looking at. It is almost a for sure thing, like all the things we want, we won't be able to have enough resource to fund all the fun topics and projects and explorations that we want to do. So there's going to be some prioritization process. It's going to also be tied into kind of annual planning and headcounts and whatnot. I felt like what would be interesting for this team would be, hey, like think about all the things that we're doing. Maybe next year we'll be continue to build upon the current sort of the code base or the current services that we own and support the various efforts in those tracks. And two, our team might actually pivot to take on some of the tracks and drive them. So like, for instance, monetization, there's going to be a lot of effort in enabling monetization in LCR, makes the experience better, and also a whole bunch of integrations with the backend and ad serving system. So this is going to be, say, a new focus for this group and for this team. And we'll continue to focus on live creation for sure. And I'm pretty sure we'll have various involvement and engagement in the rest of the tracks. And so it's actually kind of good for everybody to kind of be aware of the various tracks. If there is special interest, we can do like a bigger group study, or we can do sort of a smaller group studies, kind of based on the interest of the team. Any thoughts or questions on annual planning in these various tracks? Not right away, but it's okay that you have additional thoughts later. Let's see. We talked about return to office. I think, let me just write down what we talked about. One is, right now, everything is voluntary, right? And so I felt like the, health, safety first, and do whatever you feel comfortable. And even if you return to office, feel free to kind of take precautions to protect yourself. And second would be, please kind of talk to your managers if you want to initiate kind of special arrangement other than the kind of a 3-2 hybrid model. And I think the third one would be, we as a team will be inclusive and flexible to make sure we accommodate everybody. I'm going to write this down, but let's do the next status update.
Hey, I have a question. Were we supposed to get a newsletter sometime soon?
We are next week.
Okay, that's cool.
And then I believe if you look on the notes in the previous week, there is a mentioning of the newsletter. I think I imagine the initial week or two might be really, really hectic for the nuclear. And so I'll be working with the nuclear and trying to figure out what's the best way of, have a meeting, talk with people. Maybe some of you might get to see the nuclear in office. I'm a little bit fuzzy at the moment. Nuclear also don't have a particular desk assignment at the moment. As you might imagine, everything's new. So we'll all be inclusive and flexible, even to nuclears, and also to fully remote engineers. We have one last item.
I actually had another question.
Yeah.
I remember before we left, there was talks about doing like we were expanding our space in the office. Do you know if there's anything from that?
That is such a hard question. I actually don't
Sorry.
know. For instance, I also don't know how we're going to accommodate all the folks currently on the team and have everybody all sit together. We might have all forgot, like there are new people joining and their desks were actually quite far away and nobody has gone in and actually do the moves yet. So these are greater unknowns that will eventually sort out. And so I do expect more announcements and more programs to be in place as we get more and more closer to the September date. As of right now, I have the same information as you do at the moment. Thank you for the questions, though. Sorry, there's no good answer. We have a status update.
Yes, just a update that team food for shared creation will be going out sometime today as soon as TAP passes. There will be a accompanying email. It's just a heads up.
That is awesome. Yeah. And would the team be doing some bug bashing with you, Mark?
Yes, I haven't scheduled one officially yet, but probably soon. Although I'm pretty sure all the bugs have been ironed out. But also to clarify, this is for both encoder and webcam creation.
This is awesome.
We did bug bash for this for the team before, right?
Yeah, we did one for the encoder about a month ago.
Okay. Cool.
This is great. Thank you. Is this going to be like the first launch of the quarter?
I think Better Errors is still rolling out, so maybe that one.
Or maybe there's already launches of this quarter since we are kind of almost two weeks into the quarter. This is wonderful. Great. Anything else folks want to discuss? Chris, do you have anything?
So someone said like
No, not really. Oh, get kicked out.
Chris is getting kicked out. Remember getting kicked out?
Wow.
Our meetings have to end on time.
we
Thank
can
you.
use next door, but I just had to do it once. So
No.
Is that Pete? Did I hear Pete?
Yeah, that was Pete. They're going next door, but yeah. Hopefully, we'll see you guys soon.